Hey lighting fanatics, today I'm going to show you this IKEA 11 watt stick style CFL bulb, which I picked up from the restore in Zephyrhills, Florida back in October. It came in a large bag with a whole bunch of other CFL bulbs in it, and I actually made a video of those finds when I got back from the restore, so I'll put a card up for that video right about now, so you can go watch that if you would like to. But anyway, let's get started and go ahead and take a look at this CFL bulb a little bit closer. So on the top here, of course, we have our fluorescent tube, which is in three sort of U-shaped tubes, and they're all connected together there to make one large tube, similar to a PLT type compact fluorescent bulb, which is the same sort of shape here, except it doesn't have the integrated electronic ballast. It just has a little base there which you plug in, and it has an external ballast. But anyway, down here we have our plastic base, which, as I already mentioned, houses an electronic ballast. Of course, if this was an older CFL, it might have had a magnetic ballast, but in this case, it's an electronic ballast. And down here, we have our base, which is not brass, but it is a glass insulator there, and it is solderless, so at least they got 66% of it correct. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at our etch. It is an IKEA bulb, obviously. It is model ES0811L11. It has an E26 base, of course. It's 11 watts, and it is 605 lumens. So that's actually kind of interesting. It's kind of in between a 40 and a 60 watt incandescent bulb in Lumen Output. I would say probably like a 50 watt equivalent if that was a thing. So yeah, pretty interesting. We have a 50 watt equivalent CFL bulb here. It is 2700K, so warm white, of course, 120 volts, 60 hertz. And then I'm assuming 1151 is some kind of date code, possibly 51st week of 2011. It is ETL listed, which is kind of interesting. Usually CFL and LED bulbs are UL listed, but you can tell IKEA or whoever made this bulb for IKEA went with ETL for this bulb. Nothing wrong with that, just kind of interesting. And then we have some caution information here. Don't use with dimmers, not for totally enclosed fixtures, whatever. Looks like it passed quality control. Well, certainly the etch didn't. It's very warped, as you can tell. That it's all warped. I'm not sure why it's like that, but anyway, now that we have taken a look at this bulb, we'll go ahead and screw it into our socket here and turn it on. It is instant on, as you can tell, so not really that special. And you can also tell it's got quite a bit of use on it, as the ends are very blackened, but it still works just fine. So I'll go ahead and turn off the lights, and we'll take a look at this bulb lighting up in the dark. Alright, I am back, and it's time to take a closer look at this bulb in the dark. So here's one last look at the bulb, right there, and we'll actually go ahead and come up here, because this is where I actually show bulbs, their brightness and stuff up here. So here's the bulb placed right above everything here, side, the base toward the side here. So it's kind of like a linear fluorescent tube almost. And as you can tell, it has pretty nice lighting, and I'd definitely say it's between a 40 and a 60 watt incandescent bulb in brightness. However, we do have some weird, like light distribution issues here with this bulb. So I'm moving it like this, and we're getting like these weird lines on the wall, and I think I know what that is. If you look closely here, you can tell it goes from like a bright area to a dark area, bright, dark, and I think that's what we're seeing here. That's interesting, and of course placed like this towards the wall, you do get a little bit of a dark spot there because there's not really anything there either. CRI wise, I'd say it's actually slightly worse than most CFLs. I feel like the colors are a little bit muted compared to most CFLs. If I were to go off a typical value for a CFL, which is 82, I'd say this is maybe more like an 80 or possibly even like 78 or something like that. It's ever so slightly worse. It's not bad, it's just a little bit more muted. Though, of course, CRI is a subjective thing. It varies from bulb to bulb, even if the actual number rating is the same. So this could very well be 82 CRI, and it's just perceived a little bit worse than usual. We'll go ahead and watch this bulb start up a couple more times. Of course, just instant on, nothing fancy there, or interesting or anything. So, we'll go ahead and turn it back on, and lower the camera here, back to where we started, and we'll turn this bulb off, and I'll go ahead and turn the lights back on. Alright, the lights are back on, so we'll go ahead and turn it on one more time with the lights on. Of course, warm white. And there we go. Of course, it doesn't really do much with the lights on. So we'll actually unscrew it now from the socket and take a look at it one last time. So there's the tube. You can kind of see the blackening there. There's the etch. It's an IKEA. All kinds of information, warped caution information, whatever. And the base. And there you have it, the IKEA 11-watt stick-style CFL bulb. This is definitely a newer example of a stick-style CFL. This time, most CFLs would have been the helical variety, which is, in my opinion, a better design because they're more like the shape and size of an incandescent bulb. This kind of thing won't really fit in every fixture, but feel free to disagree with me in the comments. So anyway, there you have it, the IKEA 11-watt stick-style CFL bulb. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Until next time.